Ready. Assalamu alaikum, my beloved students. I expect that by the grace of Almighty, all of you are very well. At present, we know that the whole world is affected by COVID-19, that is coronavirus disease 19. So, stay safe, stay home, and may Allah help us all. As a result, at present, there is a gap in your study. I'll try to deliver a lecture on data and information, which is the 11th chapter of mathematics of class 8. It's a part of statistics. And prepare and this is Muhammad Ashraful Azim, lecture in statistics of Rajaputra Model College, is discussed on the topic. My beloved students, firstly, I would like to discuss the importance of the chapter. You know that in your subject mathematics, the total mark is 100. There are 4 parts, 4 groups, and information and data be the 4th group, that is D group D. From this group you will get 12 marks. That is, in creative part there are 2 creative questions. You must answer 1 creative question and it marks is 10, and in MCQ there are 2 questions. So 2 marks plus 10 marks, that is 12 marks you will get from the chapter. This is the importance of the chapter. So let us discuss the key points of the chapter. Mainly, to learn to solve different problems of a chapter, we have to know the key points of a chapter. What are the key points of the chapter? Firstly, data and information. What is data? What is information? We should know. Then what is frequency distribution? Then what is central tendency? Later on, the measures of central tendency. Mainly there are 3 types of measures of central tendency, which are arithmetic mean, median, and mode. Then we have to know the diagram. There are 2 diagrams are discussed. First, the histogram. It's a diagram. It must be drawn on a graph paper. And another one is pie chart or circular diagram or angular diagram. It must be represented on a plain paper. These are the key points of the chapter. Now let's see what is data. Mainly, data be the raw materials of statistics. This is the definition of data, complete definition. And for example, if student said score is 1 piece of data, mainly 1 piece of data. Data be the plural form of datum, its singular form is datum, and the plural form is data. Later on, what is information? If the data is processed, organized, structured, or presented in a given context so as to make it useful, it is called information. For example, the average score of a class or of the entire school is information that can be derived from the given data. Okay, this is all about data and information. Now, what is the classification of data? Mainly, there are 2 types of data. Firstly, primary data, and secondly, secondary data. Primary data and secondary data are discussed in the previous class, that is class 7. Now, there are 2 types of data, disorganized data, unorganized data also. This is not the classification. Later on, the very most important topic is central tendency. What is central tendency? The tendency of clustering of the data to the value at middle or center is called central tendency. And sometimes this definition you will get in number A of a creative question. The measures of central tendency, mainly there are 3 types of measures of central tendency, which are firstly arithmetic mean. Its another name is average. In the junior class you understood what is average, and average arithmetic mean are same. The synonym of average is arithmetic mean. Sometimes it is called mean. Second one is median, and third one is mode. These 3 topics are very important, both the creative question and MCQ. Later on, diagram. There are 2 types of diagram in the chapter. One is histogram. What is histogram? You have to know if a frequency distribution or statistical data represent on a graph paper, then we get such type of figure. This figure is known as histogram, and this is very most important topic or creative question. And in each creative question, normally it is seen that in number C to draw a histogram. So we have to draw a histogram, and most probably you know, because in the previous class you understood how can we draw a histogram. Later on, another graph, it's not a graph, it's just a diagram. Its name is pie chart or angular diagram or circular diagram. Normally statistical data, when it's represented by a circle, then it is known as a pie chart or angular diagram or circular diagram. These are the different classes, and against the classes the frequencies are represented by a circle. The whole circle is a pie chart. Sometimes not sometimes, in every year you will see that in the fiscal year July to June, the economic budget is represented by a pie chart, and in each and every newspaper's headline is represented by a pie chart. That is, the budget of our country is represented by a pie chart. So this is a circle, and by this circle the whole frequencies of different classes are represented. That circle is known as pie chart or angular diagram. In the center of a circle contains 360 degree, so the pie chart contains 360 degree. This is very most important for MCQ. Later on, frequency distribution, when the data is disorganized, in that moment we need to organize the data. So to arrange the disorganized data, we have to follow some steps, and these steps are determination of range, later on number of classes, how many classes you will get in a frequency distribution, class interval, and frequencies using by tally marks. So you will get a table or distribution that is known as frequency distribution, and this is the definition of frequency distribution. Frequency distribution is statistical table. It's a statistical table. It's nothing but table. It's a chart which shows the set of all distinct values of the variables as in order of magnitude, either individually or in groups with their corresponding frequencies side by side. So this is all about frequency distribution. Now we have to know the mean or average or arithmetic mean. Actually this is nothing new. When you are the junior class, you understood what is average. The another name of average is arithmetic mean or mean. That is sum of all data when divided by number of data, then we get mean. For example, 7, 8, 5, 4.5, 5.5. There are 5 values. What is their mean? Their mean is their sum divided by number of data. As a result, we get 30 divided by 5, and it's 6. So mean of these 5 values is 6. Its another name is arithmetic mean. Simply, this is the idea of arithmetic mean. So this topic is nothing new. I will discuss in detail in when I discuss a creative question. In that moment, I will discuss arithmetic mean again. Now, median. It is also another topic. So this is the creative question, and we understood that how can we make a cumulative frequency distribution table. Later on, the next portion to determine the arithmetic mean of the table. Let's see. I repeat. This is the given system of frequency distribution table. We understood how can we determine the cumulative frequency distribution table. Now we have to know how can we calculate the arithmetic mean. Before going to determine the arithmetic mean, we have to know the formula. Here, x means In mathematics, x means variable. Variable means which is very unique to unit. Now, x, suppose x be the often marks in mathematics of 4 subjects, 4 students. So, this is the marks of first boy, this is the marks of second boy, this is the marks of third boy, this is the mark of fourth boy. So, we see that x means the often marks of 4 students here. But when it is marks of 4 students, so in one sense this is same, in another sense this is different. Since this is the often marks in mathematics, in this sense this is same. But since these are the marks of 4 students, in that sense this is not same. That is why these are indicated by 1, 2, 3, 4. That is numbering. For first boy, the often marks in mathematics is x1, for second boy x2, for third boy x3, and for fourth boy it is x4. So x1, x2, x3, x4 of their arithmetic mean is denoted by x bar. This symbol is known as bar. So x bar be the arithmetic mean of x1, x2, x3 and x4. Now, what is their arithmetic mean? Their arithmetic mean is x bar. What is x bar? X bar equal to, simply we know average equal to sum of data divided by number of data. So sum of data, there the data are x1, x2, x3, x4. There are some x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4. How many data are here? 4. So total number of observation is 4 divided by 4. So x bar equal to sum of data divided by number of data. What is it? It's sum. So sum. The sum is indicated by this symbol. It is known as summation. Its original name is capital sigma, Greek letter sigma, capital sigma. So small sigma like this, but capital sigma is this. So sigma indicates the sum. Whose sum? Sum of x's. How many x's? There are 4 x's. Suppose 4 is unknown. So this is indicated by I, denoted by I. So I, what is I? I equal to from 1 to 4. So I equal to 1 to 4. So this is summation xi, I varies to 1 to 4, and this is x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 divided by 4. So this is the formula of x bar. Now if there are 10 values, so it will be summation xi, I varies to 1 to 10 divided by 10. If there are n values, so x bar equal to summation xi, I varies to 1 to n divided by n. This is for non-classified data, but in case of classified data, x bar equal to summation fi xi divided by n. And when it is x divided by 2, we can express x divided by 2 by half of x or half into x. So summation fi xi divided by n we can express by 1 divided by n into summation fi xi. So x bar, that is arithmetic mean, equal to 1 divided by n summation fi xi. By using this formula, we will calculate the arithmetic mean of a classified data. So my beloved student, now we will determine the arithmetic mean of this data. Let's see. We have to determine the arithmetic mean. What is the arithmetic mean? The formula to determine arithmetic mean x bar is 1 divided by n summation fi xi. In the given question, we have class interval and frequencies. So class interval, in the first column we have written the class interval, and frequency is given. Again the classes, these are the frequencies. So frequencies are denoted by f. Why it is fi? Because there are more than one class, one frequencies. So this is denoted by fi. So we have fi, but we need fi into xi. We have not xi. What is xi? Xi is the mid value of a class. So mid value of a class is x. How can we calculate x? Upper limit plus lower limit by 2. Upper limit plus lower limit by 2. What is upper limit? What is lower limit? In each class, it's a class. In each class, the highest value is known as upper limit, the lowest value is known as lower limit. So mid value we can calculate by this way, upper limit plus lower limit by 2. Here 15 plus 11 equal to 26, by 2 equal to 13, 20 plus 16 equal to 36, divided by 2 equal to 18, and so on. These are the mid values of the classes, and we make a new column. As a result, we obtain xi, we have fi. So if we multiply fi and xi, then we get fi xi. What is fi xi? Fi xi is nothing but the product of fi and xi. So 2 into 13 equal to 26, 4 into 18 equal to 72, 10 into 23 equal to 230, 6 into 228 equal to 168, 3 into 33 equal to 99. So we get a new column. We need summation fi xi. This is fi xi. If we add these fi xi's, then we get summation fi xi. Their sum is 595. It is denoted by summation fi xi. So we obtain summation f by xi. Now we need n. What is n? Normally n is the total frequencies. If we add the frequencies, then we get the value, and this value is n. So we obtain n. Now arithmetic mean x bar equal to 1 divided by summation f xi. Just the values will replace here. M replaced by 25 and summation of xi is replaced by 595. So arithmetic mean x bar equal to 1 divided by 25 into 595. This is 23.8. So this is the required arithmetic mean. So in such way you can calculate the arithmetic mean for a classified data. There is another method to calculate the arithmetic mean, which is known as shortcut method. Just when the method is mentioned in the question paper, then you have to determine the arithmetic mean by shortcut method. But this is not the shortcut method. Normally we will determine the arithmetic mean by this way. The next part is draw a histogram of the data and locate the mode on the histogram. I'm sorry to say that to draw a histogram we need a graph paper, but in this moment I have no graph paper. That is why I have not discussed the process to draw a histogram. But previous class you understood how can we draw a histogram and how can we locate the mode on the histogram. So this is overall today's class. I try to deliver a lecture how can we calculate the arithmetic mean by shortcut method, and no more today. Stay home, stay safe. May Allah help us all. Thank you very much. Best of luck.